Hello everyone. I'm Dmitry Gerasimov, CEO of Cellframe, and today is our long-awaited stream. We skipped a few streams before, and now we changed our schedule a little. Now we'll run our stream every 2 weeks, not every week, just because, we need to collect some news for you, some interesting things. And so, as always, let's start with the news. And first news is our new logo. The community has been suggesting we change the colors of our brand for a long time. So we listened to the advice and changed not only the site but also the logo. I like these colors. I hope you too. Now the basic color of the brand is electric purple. This color is associated with science, post-quantum technologies, or just with quantum technologies, with physics, and progress. Lime is an essence color which reminds the old school of developers, which I belong personally. Old school is the best school. Only the most meaningful information remains on the main page. What is a cell frame? What it allows you to get, and why it takes a profit. All technical details and secondary blocks are now on some page to make links more specific. That's I'm talking about site, by the way. Sorry. Now Cellframe SDK update that we did for the last 4 weeks, for last month. We have significantly updated the node. We added first we have added Sub-Zero network in master branch, search by hash in ladder, backup with 24 words and backup from file, and what's most important, replacement of dead links to receive by DNS its update. What does it mean? When you run your Cellframe node, it finds another nodes, receive information about them, and bring up links. It's minimum 3 links, as I remember, but usually it's between 3 and 5. And sometimes they disconnect, it lost connection, and when it lost connection, it said special DNS request just to hide it from DPI or something like this. It's masquerading against DPI, and when, for example, became blocking for some maybe government decide to close its country or something like this, it could help to get Cellframe node to stay connected and pass through blocks with help of other node. Remember, we have VPN working over our Cellframe nodes, and this should make our ecosystem straight against blocking with DPI. Also, there are smaller updates like a universal package for all Linux distributions. I mean Debian-based Linux distributions. By the way, we remember Red Hat RPM-based distributions are also will be supported soon. We have optimized queries to so-called global database. I don't remember I told about this before or not. We have some kind of distributed database. It's sometimes we call it whitelist, and maybe if you are familiar with Bitcoin source code, there are such things like whitelist that just distributed distributed list of nodes. So we have a little more complicated distributed database subsystem, and we have implemented its queries for backend drivers. Drivers could be our own or could be a stock SQL driver like PostgreSQL or SQLite, and sometimes it requires for enterprise implementation. By the way, we also have updated some enterprise code related with it. It's called CDB. I will talk about CDB, I think, next stream. It's about enterprise application of our SDK. And of course, we have fixed a ton of bugs. We will publish a detailed log of changes on our website soon. And now let's go for upcoming change for the dashboard application. I mean self-framed dashboard. A lot of changes. You could find them in not only in master branch but also in development branch. Development branch has all the latest feature, mostly by the way related with depths. First, we updated the package. Also, now it's became more universal. It contains self-frame node on Linux. Also, we fixed UI on some pages, a new page, and added a new page to manage depths. So we have special widget inside our dashboard where there are depths. By the way, we have two widgets. One to control install it. Maybe you have installed it not from our ecosystem. It's also possible. And built-in, we can say it's store, it's repository. Yes, it's depths repository. By the way, about depths repository, I want to talk a little about our politics. It's more like Apple politics with their app storage. So every depth that will include an official repository will be verified manually by our specialist team. Sorry, if you want to have some more freedom with depths application, please build your own part chain. Maybe ever you could have to connect your parent chain with cell slot and put it on a backbone and be in our ecosystem. Just we are talking about right now core network. Core shard or core parachain core network, it's a bridge between worlds. So this bridge should be as safe as hell. And to make it safe, we did such strong rules for dApps running on a core network. Other parachains could have different rules up to their creators or their owners or its community, depends from their rules. So there is widget to see how to operate with depths. We have finished API for depths right now. It's documenting. Most of this documentation is done, as I know, and soon we'll put it together and we'll start to make some tutorials. But about tutorials, we'll talk a little later. Let's return to dashboard. Okay, we added also some UI updates, mostly again related with depths. We have reworked setting pages, added ability to hide some menu tabs, copy wallet address, and show hide some depths. Also added scroll command input field extensibility to the console page. By the way, console page became more user-friendly. If it's not, please feel free and write to our development group about this. While restoring a wallet in one of these ways, added the ability to return to the main restore panel. Translated all values from Datoshi to token units. I mean, we have something like GUI. We call it Datoshi. It's 1 billion part of one coin, and was somewhere were Satoshis, somewhere were coins. Now everywhere is coins. By default, it's coins. Also, we added some automatic selection of the chain for transfer in accordance with current network, so you don't need to select subchain to send your transaction. It will be selected automatically. Added node logs page where you could observe your self-frame node log information, and then maybe exports that could help for QI for further analysis by the support team. And also we have reduced CPU load by increased resolution of icons and fixed some UI bugs. Feel free to download, try it. I believe you will like it. And now the next news, next topic that we'll talk about, a little bit about hackathons. Yes, we'll run hackathons for developers. Many people wonder if we prepare hackathons. Yes, definitely yes. We prepare hackathons together with our new partners, Finstry. It's educational center based in India. And we'll hold webinars together, make video tutorials and education videos. Of course, for hackathons that will be run it after this. So first we run webinars, issue video tutorials, and then we run hackathons. For hackathons, hackathon winners will be prizes. Prizes are already prepared and they're waiting our new developers. And let's talk a little more about the Pentest that should be at the end of the January. Public Pentest will start the next week, and the rules will be also published next week at Monday or Tuesday. For now, you could already start to test basic network protocols, cryptography. Generally, everything is ready for Pentest except consensus. That I want to note a little. Right now we have few consensuses, and in current testnet there are only proof of authority chains. This you could already start to test, find find the issue, and you'll be granted. For budget for grants also is ready. Just one thing that is excluded from this pen test for now. It's proof of stake based consensuses. I'm talking about tone consensus and hash graph consensus. With this, we need to wait a little more until developers finish this code. Sorry. And then we'll start to grant ethical hackers with it. Anyway, everything else is ready for pen test, and you could start to test our cryptography, our network protocols, maybe some work with files, anything except proof of stake based consensus is ready for pen test. More details we'll publish at Monday or Tuesday with more detailed rules. Anyway, our SDK is more than million lines of code, so if you are not familiar with it, it's good time to start to study it. And all the documentation it's present on wiki.selframe.net. It's updated often. Please visit the site, check it, and use it. And I hope you like our SDK. We have, two SDK. Our core SDK is C-based, and over this is also it's available Python-based SDK. It's wrapping about around C-based, so it's present. And the next thing that we want to announce today is a Testnet Explorer. I'm talking about Web Explorer. With this, it's could be obtained already on our test domain. Let me check it. It's test-explorer.selframe.net, and in nearest hour or maybe two, really left not so much, it will be moved to the... Oh, it's already moved. I see. Okay, yes, it's present. Explorer.selframe.net. You're welcome. And now let's switch to the next our chapter. That's about questions that you have sent for us before this AMA. And let's start from your first question. This Selframe is a quantum-resistant blockchain. But what about common DDoS and other old-school attack? Yeah, we know something about old-school, yeah. That are probably causing problem to chain like Solana. They can be a threat to Selframe, thanks. Only the cure about against the old-school attacks is the old-school defense. Because we develop everything based on C code, we are more straight against the DOS because we could process hundreds, thousands, and millions of requests at the same time because of our input-output subsystem. It's multiplexing input and output requests, putting them together to reduce context switch between kernel space and user space. It were a lot of strange words that describes that why it works fast. I don't know exactly what is input-output subsystem in Solana node, but I expect that it's composite on too high level, because all that I will talk about before possible to make fast only on low level. So cannot say that it's impossible to make DDoS attack. DDoS always possible. Just I want to say that we'll be more straight against DDoS attack, because we have really high performance backend. That's advantage of C code, by the way. The next question. Will it be easy for existing projects to migrate to self-RAIN network? Depends from the project. We do everything for easy migration. Do they have to occur slot? No, it's not required for everyone to occur slot. Look, mostly you occur slot to be listed in self-RAIN dashboard list of networks, or built-in self-frame default build of node. Also, all this built-in. There are more differences related with technical details, but for user it's more important that he will see your part chain, its abilities, its native token, and if you don't need it, or you don't, you will not need sell slot. You could just issue your token based ever on our core network or an existing part chain, and send us your DEP. We'll verify, publish it in our repository, and it will be available for for all our users. If not, what will be the difference between developers who having slots and that's one who hasn't? I think I have answered about this, yes. About how easy depends from the project. We'll do everything to make it as easy as possible. The next question, I see this question a lot of time. It's about TPS, so TFF. What's the maximum TPS achieved in the testnet? Because we have not so much of transactions, you could see it's about 100. We just haven't measured. Sorry, I hope we'll do this on the next week. We just need to have some more calm situation with bugs. When we'll over with everything, also right now we'll measure TPS, will measure it only for proof of authority, because we want also to measure time for finalization that you are asking about. We need to run it with proof of stake based consensus. Consensuses, because we have a lot of different subchains with different consensuses. So we are waiting for the end of this work, and after we'll measure. However, I think we could also measure with proof of authority, because it's important for enterprise usage. You know, it's and also it shows, let's say so, some average or some approximation of a possible TPS for proof of stake based consensus, because you know, proof of authority just comparison of signatures. So if you know that with 3 or maybe 5 verification of signature, we have an TPS, we could say, we could approximate that with, for example, minimum 10 verifications after 10 confirmations, we'll have n divided by 3, something like this. So yes, we'll try to do it on the next week. I believe we'll have a time. And the next question. The layer 1 projects are on fire nowadays. I am looking forward to Self-Frame to join this project, but these projects like Polkadot have more than 1,000 developers. Do you think you and your team can keep up the pace on long term? About layer 1 projects, yes. Last year, as I remember, the faster growing tokens were related with GameFi on first place, and second place were alternative L1 projects like Cell. And how will compete with Polkadot and others? You will see nearest months when we'll run hackathons and we'll start to fill our ecosystem with dApps. Our goal is to show that our dApps has benefits. It's not just running same code on the same technologies just with lower gas price. No. We want to show a different picture that differs from other ecosystems. You have heard before I told about verification for repository. This repository will be dedicated. This verification will be put on blockchain. And verification one time became not so centralized like it's right now. It became community based, and community will start to verify its own dApps. And we have also other features. For example, we'll have built-in this verification process. How to say it? One part of blockchain that helps for dApps author to obtain its fee. Usually fee is a built-in centralized part of a distributed application because it's smart contract. It could collect together cash flows and then its author collects some fee. Because we have truly dedicated service when everyone could run this service and earn on this, we need some other mechanism to grant its authors, for its creators, with some monies. And this will be built in, this verification process. It will be built in so-called conditioned transactions. So we'll announce it a little later, and when we'll start to show how it will be used, how will work, how will such application will work based on these differences, I believe we'll see all adventures in same time. And at this moment, we'll see dApps, fog-based applications should become more interesting than cloud-based services. Remember, we'll compete not with Polkadot. Our competitor is not Polkadot, Cosmos, ADA, Cardano, or anything else. Our competitor is Google. Our competitor is Facebook. So we want to make some products that replace cloud-based things. Similar idea has, for example, Definity project. They want to replace Amazon with a dedicated hosting, and I wanted to collaborate with them if they will like this idea and maybe do something similar, some dedicated, truly dedicated service that could run fog-based service that will replace cloud service provided by big corporation. Nobody likes corporations, and I also want to make just to replace cloud with Fox, let's say so. Okay, another question. What is going on with the testnet? It's running. just maybe with some subchains that we have announced before. I am talking about Tendermint-based subchain. We decided to not to run it and prepare Tone-based subchain, but right now it has zero chain and super chain with proof of authority consensus. It's enough to start to test. You could join to us. I see in our development public development group that people joins receive tokens. Testnet works. They notice bugs. They send this bugs to us. We are working with bugs, but generally it works. And you know, I told before that we run explorer.selframe.net. It's working. So you could check by yourself what happens with testnet. Next question. The next question is, once dev team tokens have all been spent, where will be new funding to cover ongoing self-frame development come from? We're working this year. We have planned to work this year on this. There are different plans. First, we are focused on enterprise application of our SDK. And by the way, right now we have some requests. Also, will be some direct sales of cell slot. It will be some OTC or something like this. Few slots will be sold directly. And it will be used for funding. And also there are plans to run some part chains and maybe issue some tokens related with this. Mostly it's related with GameFi. We have some plans to make a child company that will work in GameFi direction. It's right now we are organizing this company, and there are other plans. I don't want to tell all about this, but we have plans. So the next question: how the cell DeFi will look like? What kind of applications are you planning to develop? About DeFi. DeFi is decentralized finance. It's a complicated thing because usually these decentralized finances are they not so decentralized like we think. Usually there is decentralized execution of code that process these financials, but itself it's centralized. There is contract address, one contract address, and it collects all fees from cash flows, as I told before. If we are talking about truly dedicated service, for example, if we are talking about truly dedicated exchange, it's TDX, like we call it. It's like sex with orders, but this without fees, zero fee. By the way, right now we are talking about author fees, so maybe we could say, because truly TDX, we are authors of this TDX, and we could collect this fee for self-frame funding, for project funding. We are still thinking about this, because everyone could create same DEX but without fee. So we are thinking about this. However, we also have plans to run such centralized DeFi, stock DeFi, usual DeFi like you used to use, and we'll run smart contracts. Smart contracts will be run to this TD app, so everyone could earn on running the smart contracts. They will be WSM based, EVM based, and will be compatibility compatibility layer that allows to run your DeFi, to port your DeFi from Ethereum, from BSC to the self-frame. So it will be possible. Most of our partners are waiting for such ability because they have such usual DeFi, and they need smart contract virtual machine, and we'll prepare it for sure. What kind of application are you planning to develop? By ourselves, by our company are planning to prepare dedicated storage, dedicated stream platform, dedicated CDN, and maybe something else dedicated. Dedicated exchange, truly dedicated exchange. That's what we are planning to run by ourselves. The next question, what will be the future staking program? There will be two staking program. One is for pairs with BUSD, USDT, and you could think that it's already started. You could go to PancakeSwap on Uniswap and stake your cell with Ethereum, with BNB, with USDT or BUSD. By myself, I prefer BUSD. So, and as older your LP token will be, as more time you will keep your tokens in Uniswap or Pancake pool, as more scores you will have for auction bidding. When you bid it in auction, you will obtain project's token. Right now auctions are under update. We'll maybe also talk about this a little later. Sorry. So this about pair staking. About single coin staking. It will be run after mainnet launch because these fees are collecting from fee based on service providing. So because when in running mainnet nodes provide some dedicated service, they will need a stake, and for the stake they share their profit with stakeholder. So that's basement for single token staking that will be run after 21st March. The next question. What about develop Bitcoin's quantum proof sidechain sister chain? We have to we have to integrate, to bring up integration with Bitcoin. I have talked about this. And by the way, Definity that I have mentioned before, not long time ago, they ran integration of Bitcoin with their dedicated computer, and we also planning same integration when Bitcoin holders could join to trustless pools and stay in Bitcoin network and earn on these Bitcoins. I mean to provide bridging, for example, between Bitcoin and self-frame, and provide rapid Bitcoin tokens in self-frame core networks, and earn on this staking. So for Bitcoin holders, it will be like single token Bitcoin staking, something like this. That's our plans. Will self-frame subjected to an external audit? Yes, yes. It will be at the end of February before the launch. What is the plan to develop cell? The next question. What is the plan to develop cell ecology? As I told before, we prepare with our new partners. We prepare webinars. They will do webinars, video tutorials. Then we'll run hackathons international, some hackathons based on our on some local sites like Novosibirsk, and we have cell grants. We have a budget for cell grants that will be gift for hackathons winners, and then these winners could continue to develop their project, run this project, maybe run some maybe as individual, or maybe form some startup company, and ecology will grow. I see it like this. Okay, that was prepared questions. Now let's see what happens in our stream chat. So your questions in stream chat on Twitch, on YouTube. First Twitch. Glad to see improvements on SDK and details about node revenue. Node revenue is formed by providing services, VPN, smart contract executions, transactions fees, exchange liquidity provided for AMM, anything like this. And all the revenue will be based on services. No, will be no omission. Will the website get face uplift from the color change and log changes? Yes, it will be updated soon. And the question from YouTube chat. Let's see. Is there any relation between Depcache and Cellframe? It's yes, Depcache is our pet project. Maybe in future it will be like Kusama, related with Polkadot. But for now it's just pause it a little until mainnet launch. First we need to launch Cellframe mainnet, then we'll return to Depcache. Okay. Staking news today. I have told about staking. Sorry, guys, about listing. Please don't ask. I cannot answer about listing at all. It's an unanswerable question. Same about what's the next exchange. Okay. Hi Dmitry, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Okay. When launch satellite? I have such idea. There is satellite 3D printer in the near city in Tomsk city. I'm thinking about to visit this team that's working with this 3D printer and maybe to really to run some microsatellite. I like this idea. But first we need to release mainnet. After mainnet we should prepare some stable build, some hardware based node, and this node could fly in space, sell like space. Okay. Any useful news here? Depends from what you think is useful. Okay, that I have answered. Wait and sell auctions, yes, they will be updated soon. Why we hold with auctions? Because we develop a platform for bridging. We need to run our own bridge with Ethereum and BSC, and I hope at the beginning of the next month we'll show you the bridge with Testnet, with Ethereum Testnet, between Ethereum Testnet and Sub-Zero. And it will be dedicated bridge. I'm not sure about trustless on this stage, but we are working on this. I don't know we'll do is based on the key rollups, I believe so, because without the key rollups we can't make a change of we cannot make a check with thousands and thousands verification. We'll need to, without this we'll need to process thousands and thousands transactions for every state processing, and to prevent this we need to first implement the key rollups. By the way, the next month I accept a lot of news from our cryptography team. We have updated our cryptography team in December, and it's really strong right now. And we prepare the key rollups, we prepare the key snarks, we prepare updates of our current realization of Crystal Dilithium and other cryptography protocols. Maybe we'll develop something our own, by the way. We are moving on this direction to make our own cryptography protocol, maybe to participate in we can to participate it right now. I am not sure right now. It's what is third round passed in NIST Institute. Okay, don't mind. Let's return to the questions. Cost of transaction. It will be formed by market. Every node, because transaction processing it's also service. So everyone could suggest I will process transaction for, I don't know, for one cell. Another says another place order on 0.00001 cell for one transaction, and it will work like open market when everyone could suggest its own price, and it will be how much it will be so big as market will form it. So I don't know. I believe it will be low, really low, because we have C-based code. It's very effective. It has high performance. So I don't see the reason to have it high. Okay, okay. Okay. All the questions. Any airdrop for public testnet? No, not playing it. Okay, when ready for security audits. For community security audits, we have already everything except consensus. You could start. Again, about listing. A lot of questions about listing. Guys, please stop. Ask about something different. What about KLVPN? It's working. As I remember, they will run soon Minkowski network. Their new testnet, but that's more questions for KLVPN team. Trending exchange when? Okay, one more exchange, guys. You are killing me. We will get TPS results next week, most likely. End of month next week, some approximated results. I told it. Okay, okay. And the question: are the projects currently building with SDK and likely to launch after may not launch? I have requests from such projects. I have, for example, tomorrow I have a call with one company. They're talking, maybe you will see sometimes in trending on Dex tools, and maybe sometimes you see their ads on different platforms. I can't name it, but they want to use our SDK for their purposes, and they are not alone. So there are such projects, yes. When start hackathons? As soon as possible. Next week we need 1 week, I think, for prepare webinars. Then we'll run webinar. So 2 or 3 week, and then we'll start. So we start, and the second half of the February, this hackathons will be started. I will try to run it as fast as possible, really. For now, we have sell grants, so you could, if you have some idea, already has idea, you have idea, you could start your startup based on self-frame SDK already right now, and show me some prototype. Write in DM for our admins, write personally to me, show us some prototype, and you could have some sell grants already. So we could say that hackathons are already started. Let's say so. Okay, when squirrels, when I'll find some time. I had some time at January holidays, but they are over, and I don't know when Maybe some weekend I'll go to the nearest forest and we'll make some shots. By the way, chipmunks are hibernated right now, so first chipmunks photos you will see maybe in April, if I'll be lucky when they wake up. But I will but this weekend I will go to make some birds photos. So until we'll have no any squirrels in my Twitter, I will post some birds. I hope to make good shots with owls this weekend. Okay, is auditing started? Any ETA for auditing? For public, I have answered. For private auditing, it will be at the end of February. Dmitry, you did not say where do we have to keep the LP, in the cell pool or Uniswap? Right now, no difference. So you could just stake on Uniswap. We have no cell pools right now. There are Uniswap and Pancake pools with cell. So stake some cell in these pools and keep it as long as possible. You have more scores to vote with them and to obtain more project tokens and others and etc. Okay, so I think it's enough for today. Thank you for all your questions. Thank you for all your support. We'll see you after 2 weeks, and we are Cell. We are here. Goodbye.